Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our fifth discussion of LAX2049. I've got news for you, and we are Group 88. I'm Samuel Tan Lee Yong. My metric number is 205790.
Hi everyone, I'm Niithiya Dharshini Muruga. My matrix number is 207741.
Hi, my name is Nur Hafiza binti Hassan. My metric number is 20.
Hi everyone, my name is Siti Nur Jannah and my matrix number is 208227.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatin Nabilah binti Misbahwazir and my matric number is 207765.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurin Hanisah binti Alhajar. My matric number is 206394.
Hello everyone, my name is Ain Fatin Nurhusnina binti Abu Bakar and my matrix number is 207582.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Ismahani binti Hazli. My matrix number is 207517.
Okay, so our theme today will be people, and I would like to justify my news first. I got this news on News Straits Time, and it is about Malaysia's indigenous people flee into forests to escape coronavirus. And as we can see here, the entrance of an indigenous people village is blocked by logs due to a villager of the village getting infected by coronavirus. However, the indigenous people, they flee to the forest because they are afraid of getting infected by that particular villager. Maybe you would ask why. It's because the Orang Asli community is extremely vulnerable to the virus due to environmental factor, because they are lack of facilities and a clean surrounding for them to maintain their hygiene level. And they say that they could hardly survive if they keep staying in the village, because they may just starve to death, and it is better for them to flee into the forest because they have the skills to get food and water source in the forest. And this is a really sad part right here. The government had offered food for 50,000 Orang Asli family, but it is still not enough to fulfill their need in the village. So that's why they have no choice but to flee into the forest in order to survive. So I want to share this to let people know that the indigenous people need eager help. So that's all from me.
I would like to share my screen. Samuel, could you please enable share screen? Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Okay, so the article that I've selected is entitled Jobless Grad Turns Love for Tea into a Mobile Business by Free Malaysia Today. So it talks about an engineering graduate from Unit 10 who has just completed his degree but failed to secure a job due to the current circumstances. From my point of view, this article is suitable for our news publication because it inspires us to persevere and never give up, even though life puts us in a difficult or challenging situation. There is always a silver lining to every cloud and a solution to every difficulty. Besides that, this article reminds us, especially as students, that we should learn to be independent to earn a living after obtaining a degree, instead of depending and burdening our parents to constantly fund our expenses. We should take the responsibility for our own finances using a paper qualification we have acquired. Furthermore, this article tells us to be brave and have courage in trying out something new and out of the ordinary. Without trying or taking risks, we will never be able to discover our potential or hidden talents. Therefore, I believe this article would be apt for our news publication. Thank you.
Okay, the news that I've found online is nearly 100,000 jobless, nearly 100,000 new jobless in January. As you know, during this pandemic COVID-19, many people tend to lose their job. Among the reasons of the unemployment include the closure of businesses, downsizing, voluntary separation scheme, and mutual separation scheme. um, among sectors that were heavily affected because of the pandemic include the manufacturing sector, accommodation sector, food and beverage sector, health. As we know, most of the foreign countries still in their NCO or still in their lockdown, so it'll be impossible for them to travel during this difficult situation. So consequently, our country our country economy is really affected and it's really bad. So for those who lose their job, I hope there is any association distribute food or groceries for them during this pandemic. So if you guys new in our government, I hope young generation will find a way to fix our country economy to the normal. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. So I came across this article, which is consumers more vulnerable to scammers during pandemic. And based on this article, it stated that since during the pandemic, most consumers are using internet. So basically, it made it easier for scammers to scam basically, and scammers also scam consumers via calls where they would call the consumers and basically state that they're from authorities like here, like the police or a banker, in order to get personal information, and technically after that they would basically take the consumer's money. And I think that this news should be in our we should talk about this in our news, is because there is definitely an increased amount or number of people being scammed. And I think it's very necessary that we put this to give awareness to people to be more careful. And we can also talk about what they should do if they get scammed, because here it mentioned what a victim should do, and it will really help victims to act quickly to avoid fraud, to avoid a big problem to arise from this. So I think that this is very important to be put in our news to spread awareness and help the victims out there. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so I found this article from New Straits Times, which is about increase in number of smokers who wanting to quit. I think this article is good to be published because by publishing this article, we can appreciate the smokers' effort to quit smoking because as we know, to stop doing something that we like and that has been practicing in our daily routine is really hard and it really takes a lot of courage and efforts to do so. And by publishing this article, I think other smokers also will give a thought to quit smoking because the smokers who wish to quit smoking increased more than twofold throughout the COVID pandemic period this year compared to last year, which is from for about 1,700 to 3,500. And government also had spent 2 million in 2018 and 2.8 million in 2019 to fund the pharmacologist cost to encourage people to quit smoking because they concern of their health. And smokers also usually want to quit smoking, but because of their addiction to nicotine, so they are not able to do that. So when they decided to leave this bad habit, the best thing that we can do is to support them. And when their effort is appreciated and acknowledged, they will feel more confident to quit smoking and start to live a healthy lifestyle, which will lead them to live a longer life. I think that's all from me.
So I will continue. So this is my article which from the Sun Daily, which the topic is what patriotic spirit rise up by Malaysian Goods campaign. This article is about Buy Malaysian Product campaign, is actually promote Malaysian product to our people. So I think it's a good article to share because it will increase Malaysian entrepreneur income by buying our own product, homegrown goods and services. So Malaysian product has been receiving a positive response from consumer actually. So this rising confidence in made in Malaysia product. So this campaign for patriotic spirit and also is actually can helps our economic and during this pandemic. So if we promote this Malaysian brand product, so it will motivate our people to enhance the quality of Malaysian products. So as for example, this Amira Firdaus, who set up his company 14 years ago to produce lemongrass-based products such as insect repellent and cleaner and beverage freshener and others. So this also have reached until international. So I think this is good for us to support our Malaysian from Malaysian product lah. Then this give a preference to local products. And before this, as I actually saw this statistic in the news about online and retail business about a Malaysian product. The statistic shows that there is increase like 100% buyers to buy Malaysian products. So actually, this is a good thing, especially during this pandemic because Malaysian product has been recognized and being supported by our people. So yep. So this is also can help craft entrepreneurs. So, you know, this can also increase our Malaysian craft to uh, not only in local but to international too. So yeah, I think this is a good things to share, especially to support our people in Malaysia during this pandemic. So yeah, thank you.
So I would like to share this article which I found interesting. You guys can see my screen. So
Yes.
Yes.
the article that I found it interesting to be put in our news publication is 6 ways ordinary people can prevent climate change according to researchers and advocates. Why I choose these articles is because I want people out there to change their lifestyle, especially during this quarantine time. It is a suitable time to change our lifestyle so that we can prevent the climate change. So what is climate change? So climate change is a change in condition, average condition, and such as the temperature or rainfall. So we can talk about how climate change will impact us, our Earth. And here they mention about the current global temperature rises and also extreme weather patterns. They also mention about the air quality and human health also are the impact of climate change. And then what can we do to prevent the climate change? So there are 6 things that we can do. First, waste less food. As we all know, food that is disposed and spoiled will create methane gas, and methane gas is a strong greenhouse gas that will make large impact to our earth. So by reducing our waste food, we can reduce the production of methane gases to be produced in our air, into the air. Next is eat less factory farm red meat. This is also related to the production of methane gas. And what we can do is by adopting a plant-rich diet and also eating more meat from organic farms where animals are fed naturals and diets. So by doing this, we can reduce the production of methane gas. So it can reduce the greenhouse gases into our earth. Next is we can consume less energy and water. This is the most important tips that we can do in our daily lifestyle, which we can switch from the normal bulbs to LED light bulbs, and also we can reduce the water consumption by taking shorter shower and also washing full loads of laundry. And the another 3 tips is call and meet with your representatives, open a dialogue and find common ground, and also volunteer. This is mostly related to the cooperation between the community to the scientists or the organization that focus more about the environment and also help to reduce the greenhouse effect. So I think this is a good article to be put or published in our news publication, because I want people out there to aware about these issues and they can change a little bit of their lifestyle so that we can prevent the climate change. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will share the screen first. Okay, so I found an article titled US Election 2020, Why Donald Trump Lost. So I got this news from BBC News. And actually, this article is very long, so I will summarize it shortly. Okay, so in recent months, there was an election in America, and Trump has lost to Joe Biden, which America's president today. And this article shows about why Trump has lost this time. So, okay, the main reason was because the Trump supporters in the previous election in 2016, they were put off by Trump aggressiveness, such as his talking of racial tensions, his use of racist language in tweets maligning people of color, his trashing of America's traditional allies, and there's many of other controversies and scandals about him. And one of the issues is about his mishandling of coronavirus outbreak that had killed more than 230,000 Americans. And from this article also, it is stated that people are wanted a return to some kind of normalcy, which is they had tired of the infantile name calling, the ugly language, and the ceaseless confrontation. And other issues about the people critics about his refusal to accept the result after the election, which is not that immature. So why I suggest this article is because I want to share to our people that we must be critical when it comes to choosing our leader to avoid troubles in the future. So we also have to look for the behavior, not only the background. So I want to make this article as a lesson, so we won't do the same mistake. So that's all from me.
Okay, so now we are going to decide which news should be published in our news publication. And for me, I think Hafiza's article about people getting jobless nowadays is suitable, as this is a very popular topic nowadays, and this news may also urge the society to help the jobless people out there, and this will also give motivation to students like us to be more competent in order to get employed in the future. And another news that I find suitable is Niithiya's news about the jobless graduate sells tea in order to make a living. In my opinion, these two news are related to each other, as Niithiya's article can encourage those who just lost their job not to give up and think of another way to support themselves and their family. So that's all from me.
I personally like Jannah's article, which was about consumers being more vulnerable to scams during the pandemic. I feel that this is a topic that deserves our attention as it is a prevailing issue, and it also provides a few ways for us to overcome this issue, which I think would be very useful for our readers. Besides that, I also liked Ain Fatin's article as it shares a few simple and handy tricks for all of us to practice in our daily lives to curb global warming.
In my opinion, I like the Nurin article about mm, the patriotic spirit by Malaysian Goods campaign is because by publishing this news, we can encourage people be more creative by produce their own goods, and if this product will bring to the international market, it's be honored to the Malaysian and also proud to be a Malaysian. And the second article that I like is Fatin Nabilah article, which is um, increase in number of smokers wanting to quit. If we publish this news, we can raise awareness about smoking, and also if our community can learn about the thank you.
I think that Hafiza's news would be good for our news, which is about nearly 100,000 jobless, because I feel like it is currently happening now, and I feel like uh, it should be in our news because we can like try to spread the news that we have to work harder, like for us, because we haven't graduated yet. And I feel like it's very important to tell the audience that. And then I also think that Sam's news is also interesting and should be put in our news because which is regarding the indigenous people who flee into the woods to escape from coronavirus, because I think it's very important that we spread awareness about what's going on, because I don't think that a lot of people know what they are going through, and I feel like it's very important that we tell their story to teach the readers and ourselves as well lesson to be grateful for what we have as well. So that's all.
In my opinion, the best two articles that I like is first from Jannah's article, which is about consumers being vulnerable to scams during pandemic, because as we know, during this pandemic, everyone mostly losing their job and they are struggling to make a living. So they will find any possible way to earn money even if they have to scam people. So by publishing this article, we can raise awareness to everyone to be more careful so they will not getting scammed. And the second article is from Ain Fatin's article, which is about 6 ways ordinary people can prevent climate change. Because I chose this because it proves that us ordinary people also can contribute to save the earth from dying if we really cooperating. And aside from saving earth, we can also reduce the risk of getting chronic disease by eating healthy foods and practice a healthy lifestyle. So basically, the main two things we can get from this article is saving the earth and a healthy lifestyle. That's all from me.
As for me, I like Jenna's article too, about the consumer more vulnerable to scams during this pandemic. So as we know, during this pandemic, everyone will gonna be scammed actually. So every day, most of people get a scam call, and also there has fast money making. So I think fast money making is included in this scam too. So this is during this pandemic, everyone wants to make a fast money, and so I think this is important for us to spread an awareness about this, so that people can know that it's scam and not being scam. So next, the second article that I like is Ain Fatin's about 6 ways ordinary people can prevent climate change, and according to researchers and advocates. So I think this is because we go through the climate change, right? So we have been through like very hot weather and also very cool weather. So I think this is important for us to do it, and all people can contribute and helps in these climate changes. Thank you.
In my opinion, I found Jana's article is really good to be put in our news publication, which is about the scam. As we all know, scammers out there is getting more, and I think not all people aware about this thing, and they also include about the things that we can do if we are victims of the scammers. So I think this is a good articles to be put because people can refer to these articles when they are victims. And next articles that I found it interesting is Nurin's article about Buy Malaysian Good campaign. I think this is a good opportunity for Malaysian to support small business owners, Malaysia's small business owners, and give them some motivation to improve their business and also continue their business. And at the same time, they can increase their income, especially during this pandemic season. I think that's all from me.
Um, I actually want to stick with my own suggestion about the election issues. This is because I want to share that election is not a trivial matter and very important as they will affecting our future. Other than that, I also agree with Jannah's suggestion, which is about consumers more vulnerable to scams during pandemics. I think this should be shared to many people as awareness before more of this happen, especially to people who are naive and tend to fall easily for their trap, such as younger age people. That's all from me.
Okay, so seems like everyone had made their choice, and from what I got here, a majority of us agree with Jannah's and Ain Fatin's article, which is about the consumer scams during the pandemic and ways to prevent climate change. So, did everyone agree with that? Okay, so if that's so, we shall include that in our news publication. And thank you for joining the discussion today. And I wish you have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank
Everyone.
you.
Thank you, everyone.